What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. My name is Xander Raymond Charles, the mighty XRC, and today I'm really excited to make this video because I wanted to make more or less a love letter to a specific brand because they have been absolutely crushing it in the last, give or take, 18 months. And when I say crushing it, reestablishing their place in the market, because this brand I'm about to unveil to you guys has been around forever. But here in present day, they've been doing something, or a few things that I'll be sure to elaborate on. They've been doing a few things that really have caught my attention, and it's just amazing to see this brand just push their products out to the world and come up with new things, better specs, more specs, etc. They really have been establishing themselves as a just powerhouse brand in the hard rock and metal scene. Before I say who it is, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and let's play along down below in the comment section. Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions on who you think is the best hard rock and metal brand for guitars out there right now. Leave your thoughts and opinions down below, and I'll meet you down there, and we'll talk all things guitar brands, okay? So, who is the best guitar brand out there right now? Everybody, I do, in fact, believe it is Jackson Guitars. Jackson has been absolutely crushing it. The amount of products and the amount of cool, modernized, spec'd out guitars that have been coming out in the market as of late has certainly caught my eye and my attention, and it is just astounding to see all the things that they've done in the last, give or take, 2 years, I would say. So yeah, everybody, that's what I think is the best guitar brand, but let me get an expert's opinion. All right, so 1 second. Hey, honey.
Yeah.
Okay, serious question. Who is or what is the best guitar brand for 2025?
Oh, Jackson.
And now I always have my finger on the pulse of the market, we'll say, because how I started my whole music career, I guess we'll say, is talking about guitars and guitar brands and focusing a lot on reviews and giving my thoughts and opinions and sharing my own discovery of like what types of guitars I like. That was how I got my start, right? Now here in present day, I don't really necessarily do as many reviews and demos and stuff like that, but I do take guitars out on the road and travel with them literally all over the world. And so having an idea of like where brands are and where they fit in the market is something I think I'm pretty knowledgeable of. And to see Jackson Guitars here in 2025, almost into 2026, just reestablish themselves, it's amazing and it's a lot of fun to watch as a consumer, as an artist, as a player. All right, so now let me give you some specifics why I think they're the best brand out there. First and foremost, just new products all the time. Almost every single month, it seems, here in 2025. I'm on the Jackson Guitars website right now, and I'm just scrolling down to like newest guitars, right? Just what has been available for us to purchase. We have the new Surfcasters from the X Series and the JS Series. We have a whole new line of X Series guitars. We have the Pro Plus models that were announced, give or take 2 years ago, something like that. They're constantly delving into those and revamping that series. And the Pro Plus series, in case you guys are unfamiliar with it, it's a expanded and advanced and escalated version of the Pro series. And Pro Plus has stainless steel frets, side dot lumen lays, a variety of different finishes, different pickups. Like, it's just a more spec'd out Pro series. We've got all the new Jackson Misha guitars, and this guitar right here is my Jackson Misha from 2025. I got this essentially the day of my Memphis Mayfire tour that I went on when these were unveiled. So I played this guitar live all throughout the United States in April and May and in July as well. We got the Dave Davidson Signature Warriors out there. We have the Pro Plus Pure Metal guitars that are absolutely amazing. We've got the Soloist, the Rhodes, the King V, the Warrior, the Kelly. There's another one. There's another one in there. Like, that series is so amazing. Hold on 1 second. This beautiful guitar right here. This is my King V Pure Plus Pure Metal. This is probably one of, if not my favorite Jackson guitars I've ever played. The King V shape is so sick. I mean, it looks like a flying V, but better. The cream binding, the single pickup, the whammy, stainless steel frets, side dot lumen lays. This thing is amazing. And for not a lot of money, I mean, $1,500 is a lot of money, give or take, right? $15 is a lot of money. But what I'm trying to convey to you guys is that getting a really spec'd out Jackson guitar for $1,500, it's really hard to do because Jackson is a very reputable company, and if you want a lot of high-end specs, you're gonna have to pay a lot of money. So the fact you can get this made in Indonesia, and it's an import, and it has all the specs that you could want, that's huge, man. And we're not even done talking about all the new guitars here in 2025. We have the Pro Origin series that came out about 2 months ago, the throwback to the 1985 era of Jackson guitars, which it looks like when Jackson and Charvel were kind of making the same guitar because they were kind of, spinning off of each other. I don't necessarily remember the dynamic. Well, one, I wasn't born, but I don't remember the dynamic, but like Charvels and Jacksons, they all kind of look the same. Very like plain and minimalist and just super shredders. We have all those guitars here in present day. I actually got to try one when I was in Brisbane at Manny's Music. I just took it off the rack real quick and just checked it out. Super shredder, looks cool, feels cool. So that was cool to be able to check one of those out in Australia. We got the American Series Rhodes that came out when I was on tour in Japan and Australia, as well as we have a brand new Pro Series Corey from Trivium, Corey Beaulieu. Forgive me if I'm not pronouncing that right, but you guys recognize this shape. This thing's awesome, man. So that was 2 minutes of just rattling off all the new guitars that have come out in 2025. That's huge, man. Most guitar brands just come out with a lineup at NAMM time, January, and that's all we get for the year. And there's usually, in my own experience, like 1 or 2 guitars in each lineup from every brand that I really dig. But here, Jackson Guitars comes out with a guitar that I would sincerely want to play almost every single month. And speaking on the American Series real quick, the American Series Virtuoso and the American Series like soloist guitars, those came out in like 23 and 24, something like that, maybe both in 24. But that was a huge pivotal shift for my infatuation with Jackson guitars because, I'll be honest, I'm fully transparent here. I always, if I can, I always want to buy the most expensive and the most spec'd out guitar that I can. And for somebody like me, I love to save up as much money as I can or sell things off and get the best quality, the highest quality, the guitar. Like an example would be like a Squier versus a Fender or an Epiphone versus a Gibson. And as it pertains to Jackson, I wanted an American Jackson guitar for so long. For a long time, up until, like I said, about give or take 24, they were so expensive, man. They were like $4,000 or $5,000. And you get what you pay for, sure, but like I ain't got it like that. You know what I mean? So the fact that you can get an American-made guitar like the Virtuoso for under $2,000, brand new, that's huge. That fills that gap between the imports and the super high-end USA custom shops. And I'm in the midst of tour right now. I got a little week off, but I'm going back out here in the US, and I'm going to continue to play my satin orange, Lambo orange American Series Soloist. I took that guitar all over the world. I went to Japan with it and went to Australia with it and played it every single night because I wanted to put it to the test. I want to put it through its paces. And that guitar absolutely ripped. A floating Floyd in different climates in different parts of the world, I was really skeptical because Floyds and stuff like that, they're a little problematic without the right TLC, but I was patient with it. I took my time with the guitar every single day, did a little minor setup every single day before a show, and it played absolutely amazing. And you best believe I'm going to be playing that guitar all over the US here all of November. So those are all the examples as to why I think Jackson Guitars is the best brand. Look at all the products I just named. That's in 1 calendar year or like 1.5 calendar years. And before this time period with Jackson, from my own, kind of naive experience, opinion, and R&D, Jackson Guitars wasn't rolling out all their guitars like that. It was a very small run at NAMM time, give or take, for a couple years. But it seems like they just revamped the company and revamped all the products that they have to offer. And for me, a consumer, a player, an artist who loves Jackson Guitars, that's a huge win. I also forgot about a different series. They came out with those blacked out baritones in the summer of 24. It's just another way for Jackson to push their brand. And that's a nice little segue into why I also think Jackson Guitars is the best brand out there right now. It's not niche, right? It's not just super shredders with Floyds and stuff like that. I mean, that's kind of what they're known for, and that's kind of the charm of Jackson's, super shredders with Floyds, but they're not all like that. They have baritones, they have 7 strings, they got 6-string hardtails, they got 6-string Floyd Roses, they got Fishmans, they got EMGs, they got Seymour Duncans. There's a wide variety of specs that you can get with Jackson Guitars, and I love that because not only are they offering just a ton of products, a ton of units out to the market, but they're also putting a lot of different specs and variety into them as well. So that's another way I can view them as like the best brand out there because variety is the spice of life. They have a ton of different options for different players, which again, spinning it back to me real quick, is something that I love because I'm not really fixated on one type of guitar. I mean, I love my 30-inch baritones, but I also love Floyd Roses anymore. I love EMGs across the board, but I will say I give credit where credit's due. This Fishman sounds amazing, right? I play 6 strings. I play 7 strings. So Jackson Guitars covers all bases for me in terms of like what I personally would want to play. And that in turn making it valuable to you guys. If you're interested in Jackson Guitars, but you don't necessarily know where you could go in terms of like what guitar to buy, I think Jackson Guitars has a guitar for you out there. They have so many different specs, so many different options, and it's sick, man. That's a long-winded answer as to why I think Jackson Guitars is the best brand out there. They have so many guitars. They just have unveiled so many and put so many back into the market here in the last year and a half. And all the guitars that I've personally played are absolutely amazing. And now Jackson isn't sponsoring me with this. They're not asking for this video. I wanted to do this because I thoroughly enjoy the company and the brand. And like I said, man, the beginning of this video, to wrap it up, having my finger on the pulse of the market for a long time, I've always been pretty knowledgeable of like brands and like what's hot and what's good right now, like who's doing well and who's not doing so well. Jackson Guitars is doing amazing here in 2025 from a fan's perspective and from a consumer's perspective and an artist's perspective. So that's my video, everybody. Turn it over to you guys. Who do you think is the best guitar brand out there? Leave your thoughts and opinions down below, okay? Guys, I got a couple more days here at home before I go back out on tour, so be on the lookout for some more content. I'm really excited to share everything I got for you guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for always tuning in. Happy Halloween. Today's October 31st, my favorite holiday, so I hope you guys enjoy your holiday as well if you celebrate it. All right, everybody. I love you. I'm out of here. See you guys in a video very, very soon. Later.